This is an interesting one.
Till Death Do Us Part.
Yeah, so it's horror. It's a little bit of everything, but by the time you get halfway through the trailer, it looks really fascinating. What happens if a runaway bride isn't allowed to be a runaway bride? How else would you describe Till Death Do Us Part?
It reminds me of Mr. and Mrs. Smith meets the one where the bride is getting sacrificed by that family.
Oh, the one that came out
Ready or Not
last year.
Ready or Not, right? But it kind of reminds me of Mr. and Mrs. Smith meets that. Because I used to get that movie and the movie about that political movie that came out that pissed everybody off.
The Hunt?
The lady, yeah, The Hunt. I get those two movies mixed up. I don't know why, but yeah, Ready or Not. It reminds me of Ready or Not meets like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. When I first saw it, I was like, cliche. And I kind of watched the trailer. And then I went through all the other trailers. And then something told me, hey, man, go back to the trailer and watch it. And I went back and watched it. And I was like, you know what? This actually probably could be a fun little, this could be fun. This could be interesting, right? And I think it's by the creators of Final Destination, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's by the people that created Final Destination. So I'm like, all right, I like Final Destination. It's cool to see that they branched out and stopped making, well, even though they're making another damn Final Destination, it's good to see them do something different, try to get their name in other places. And I mean, this movie's obviously going to have comedic elements because you have the little man in the movie and to see like how he's going to try to take down the bride, because it's the husband and the 7 groomsmen are hunting this bride, and I'm assuming that she's going to pick all of them off one by one.
And this is Natalie Burn playing the bride, and Jason Patric from Speed 2 is the husband. He's not really in the trailer much. The best
Speed
man
2,
is
wow.
Yeah, that's
Speed 2.
It's going back a ways. Cam Gigandet. I'm probably mispronouncing his last name. Cam Gigandet is the sort of the smarmy looking best man leading the best men crew that are chasing down the bride.
Yeah, but this movie also, like the main actress, like the idea behind the main actress, it kind of reminds me of that movie You're Next, with the family at the dinner or whatever. Then something happens, and then all of a sudden it turns out that I don't know if this is the case for this movie, but it turns out that she kind of grew up and like her dad thought the end of the world was coming, so he like trained her up to like be able to kind of like take care of herself and handle anything that comes her way. So she's like militant minded, and she's over here helping everybody else. She's wrapping her arms, bandaging them up, telling them put pressure, and she has all this military tactics, and she's making traps. So it kind of reminds me of that, and I really enjoyed Your Next. Like that was a fun damn movie. So I don't know. Like I said, I watched the trailer. I kind of was like, and I came back and watched it again. I was like, you know what? This could be actually kind of fun. Till Death Do Us Part, you know what? You got my vote. I'm interested. You have my interest.
And I can't say that it looks very realistic because I can't imagine that a bride on the run would stay in her wedding gown as she's killing people that are
she's on a trip.
Yeah.
I'm watching. I watched her in the trailer run around with that long ass wedding dress up, like you running, holding up your dress like this. And I'm like, dude, like, you would have fell. You would have fell. It would have got caught on something. Like, there's no way that like that dress is handicapping you, like definitely. So you might want to go find some shorts or something, or go put some pants on her.
Well, and if she really is like trained in combat or personal fighting well enough to be able to kill men that are 50 pounds heavier than her, I can't imagine that someone with that kind of training wouldn't take off the dress,
right,
and like, put on something, or even just run around in her whatever. So,
because I mean, I'm watching her roundhouse kick people in the trailer, so I'm assuming that she has some sort of fighting skills. And like, this is what I hope. I just hope that it's realistic. Atomic Blonde had some of the most realistic man versus woman fighting, because she was getting her ass whooped, if I'm not mistaken. Like, she was getting beat up in that movie, because that's when she had to take the little ice bath. She was getting beat up in that movie. And then all of it, but the way that she beat the guy was she used the momentum against him, and she used a lot of like tactics in order to try to get him down to the ground and try to like neutralize certain points on his body. I just hope it ain't like she just one hitter quitter, just hitting people and just knocking them out. Roundhouse kick, boom, sweet chin music, big Randy Savage elbow drop. Like, that's what I don't want. I want it to be realistic as possible. I don't want her to turn into the Ultimate Warrior and start shaking ropes and then clotheslining people. I don't want that. I want this to be realistic. I want her to be very tactical in the way that she approaches these fights and takes these people down. I need it to be realistic.
Well, and Charlize Theron in Atomic Blonde she's 5'10" in real life, so she's a tall woman.
Tiny.
And she's also playing a secret agent. She's playing like a CIA or FBI or whatever it is. So the idea of her having a lot of close combat, personal fighting experience, it makes a lot of sense. This appears to be just a random woman in a wedding dress running away.
We assume she's a random woman.
Yeah,
she might have got trained up. Like she might have been in a Mission Impossible mission. I don't know. Like Ethan Hunt probably trained her up. Like I don't know. Yeah. We don't know her backstory yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a bad one.
Yeah, and to be fair, we haven't seen her doing the Tom Cruise arm pump run.
Oh,
in the trailers. So. You're right. Her character really could have been trained as a secret agent and killing all the.
When they're doing this, when they're trying to figure out what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know, but like I just hope the fights are realistic. But I mean, cool. Like it seems like a fun movie.